Hello everyone, this is Joey from Burtoni Motors. I am currently in my garage motorcycle, 2019 Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, and I'm here today to answer a very important question that I feel like I probably get hit with literally anytime I post any sort of content whatsoever about this bike. Joey, or Burtoni Motors, or Berlin Bike, or whoever you want to call, why don't you have mufflers on your bike? Isn't it bad for the engine? Isn't it too loud? Aren't you afraid you're gonna get tickets because it's too loud? I don't like how it looks. You should do something about it. You should buy the red roosters. There's a theme. So, this is the video basically talking about why I don't have mufflers on my bike, and there's a few different reasons. So, reason one. This is the biggest thing, why everything happened. When I bought my bike, this was April of last year, there was a company who I really, really like, and they are fantastic aftermarket part manufacturer for basically only Triumph motorcycles. They did a partnership with a really cool event in the United Kingdom where they built 2 sets of bikes for the Interceptor 650. They were sick, love them. I reached out to them and I was like, hey, I don't know if you guys are gonna bring this to market. If you do, here's a down deposit. Take my money. I want these pipes so damn bad. So they were like, absolutely, we're going to do something. It's going to be probably the next 8 to 10 weeks. Sorry. It's gonna be in the next 8 to 10 weeks and then you'll be able to have them and we'll send them out. I was like, that's awesome. So originally when I bought this bike, I wanted a pair of drag pipes and I still really want a pair of drag pipes. I'll throw a photo on the drag pipes on the screen right now. Drag pipes. They're sick, right? So like if I took my bike, boom, oh, I can't do that. Pipes, boom, and then just cut them right there. That's what a drag pipe is. It's sick, it's loud. The reason is I don't really like how cafe bikes are styled with the exhaust coming out towards the end on both sides. I'll show a photo of that now too. I think it just makes the bike really wide. And I don't want a bike that's wide because a cafe bike in my mind is supposed to be about ripping around the streets, you know, getting in between cars, getting cafe to cafe as quick as possible. When you have something that extends out to the side of your bike like more than your handlebars do, it's a bit obnoxious. Not a big fan. So, drag pipes. Always wanted drag pipes. On the Thruxton R, which was like the bike that I thought about getting before this, that was the only thing I would consider. So, back to this company. This company, after like 2 months of me like knocking on, you know, Instagram and emailing them, I never got a response. They stopped responding. So this is like 7 or 8, what is this? April, this was 10 months ago. They've basically stopped emailing me back or stopped responding to me. They're not gonna make the part, which is really upsetting because this bike is selling like hotcakes, right? There's so much happening with this bike. People are buying them left and right. It's one of like the only manufacturers growing in sales year over year. Someone needs to make a pair of exhaust. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, there's Red Rooster and there's Tech and there are all these other brands, and like SNS, and there are all these brands doing exhaust for this bike, but they all look exactly the same. They have like a little pea shooter that come out on both sides. I'm like, that's not my style. So unless that is my style, I have no options. I went and talked to one of my friends who is a really talented metal worker here in Detroit. He does custom bikes all the time. He does custom car manufacturing, but like custom car parts, things like that. Dude knows how to weld. He was like, I can totally do that for you. Like I can build you a set of like dope aluminum pipes or like chrome pipes or whatever you want. It's gonna be about 800 bucks. I'm like, ooh, $800 is a lot of money for a bike that only costs like 6 grand, right? So I was like, okay, what if like, how much would it cost you to just like cut off the edge and angle grind it up and make it clean? He was like, 50 bucks. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But now my thought is if I ever want to put the stock mufflers back on to sell this bike, that's kind of an issue. So I need to find out, next step is how much the cost is for the entire front end. So if I ever do go to sell it, I can just swap those out. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Let me check something real quick. All right, so what about other options? I forgot there is one other option. There's a company called K-Speed. K-Speed. You see them online as like Eakspeed, E-A-K-S-P-E-D. I think that's how you say it, or how you spell it. They are based in Thailand. They make some really trick stuff for the 650, and basically any bike. What they do with the Honda Super Cub, sick. So cool. It makes me want a Honda Super Cub, which I'm like, why would I ever want a 50cc scooter? Cause this photo right now. Photo, photo, photo. Cool. They make a pair of pipes. They're like 550 bucks, but then shipping is like $200. So now I'm back up at that like $800 point for a pair of exhaust, which is really frustrating. I feel like I almost need to just like cut these, swallow my pride and go for it, or say, swallow my pride again and go for a pair of pipes that I don't really like. But I have a hard time spending money on that kind of part. So that's that. As for why I didn't put the pipes back on, they weigh a lot. Like, how much is a lot? Let's go to the scale. Yes, I brought my scale from my bathroom to my garage so I can show you exactly how much they weigh. Okay, nothing on it. How much do I weigh clothed right now? 196.2. Oh, no, going down. 195.8. I weigh 195.8. This is heavy. It's so heavy. So, start that back up. I have it in my hands. 206.8. Boom, 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 boom. 195.8, 206 with one of them is 11 pounds. Multiply that by 2, 22 pounds. If you remove, okay, we're going over to the chalkboard. And by chalkboard, I mean my whiteboard that I use to like sometimes keep track of me. The bike weighs 455 pounds wet with half tank gasoline. 22 pounds is a lot of weight. 45 minus 22 puts me at 433 pounds without that. 433 pounds is a 5% savings in weight by just taking something off that's literally just restricting airflow. Nothing else. So, 5% weight savings by literally just taking something off. And then people were like, well, isn't that bad for the engine? No. Old engine? Maybe. You'd have to revalve it. You'd have to recarb. You'd have to do like adjust the jets in the carb. You'd have to do something. This bike has a computer attached to the engine. It knows when there's more or less air coming in and or out of the engine. That's what's cool about new bikes, right? So when I did this, I let the bike start for about 20 minutes and you could hear the changes going on within the engine. It knew that something was different and it was able to figure it out. More performance, less weight. Especially when you attach it to the DNA air filter, it's a great setup. Now, on top of all of that, it sounds better. It sounds so good. Do you guys remember the first video I did when I took the pipes off? I laughed like a damn maniac. You guys loved it. It's like one of the most liked comments on YouTube ever. It's like 45 likes, which is pretty cool in my mind. It makes me happy. On top of that, the bike is really soft or really quiet when you're riding it. I don't like quiet bikes. Loud pipes save lives. There's a statement behind that. I rode an electric bike last year in Berlin. Loved the Zero. Almost died like 8 times because no one knew I was actually there. There's some safety issues going on with that. So, cool fan of loud pipes, cool fan of performance, big fan of just less weight. There's a lot of benefits of taking the pipe off, and it just looks cooler. So, what's next? I have a very specific idea of what kind of pipes I want on my bike. I don't know if anyone's ever going to build them. I really hope someone does. One day, I might have pipes back on it. I'll tell you I'm never gonna put the stock mufflers back on. Never gonna do that. But that's my bike for right now. What are your thoughts? I know that I've seen a few of you out there tag me in photos that you take your mufflers off on your bike. So maybe we're gonna start a trend. Loud bikes save lives. Loud Royals are obnoxious and we could be that group. No, but seriously, I think it's really funny that you guys know my bike just because I'm the only person out there who doesn't run mufflers on his bike, on his Royal. It's kind of cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys. So, I think that's it for right now. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's one of those weird videos, why do I care? Well, I don't know if you do care, but you address it all the time, so I thought I'd address it because that's kind of how YouTube works. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go, actually I'm gonna go start my bike up. Let's start it up because it's gonna sound good. Sounds so much better than stock. I don't care who you are. So that's it for right now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Joey from Burtoni Motors, and I'm out. Ooh, it smells good. It smells like gas.